Please join me in welcoming to the stage Michael McAfee from PolicyLink.
Receiving this award isn't a blessing. And it's a blessing for two reasons. And I pray that you have the opportunity to have the clarity that I have right now, especially after having today to reflect a little. The first blessing is one that I got more than 20 years ago. It's the blessing of knowing who do I serve and what is the price that I'll pay to serve them. The second is what will I love into being. You heard a little bit of it in the video. You know, it's ironic that I'm standing on this stage today because 20 years ago, I got fired in Kansas City for doing this exact work. You know, I got fired because I refused to accept the comfort of having a good job and just being quiet. And it's been carried on throughout my career, this notion of who do I serve. Early part of my years, I felt that in my career. Mid-career, I had another chance when I first came to PolicyLink. I was coming up out of Penn Station, and I couldn't breathe. And I sat down, and I was like, I know I'm in shape. I wonder what's wrong. You should always listen to your mother. I went to CVS. I was going to see if they could give me something for it. It was closed. And I was talking to my mother, and she says, why don't you just go into the emergency room? And I did. You know, one blood clot would kill you. I'd gotten to PolicyLink, and I was traveling probably 60% of the time, and I ended up having more than 10 blood clots in both of my lungs. It was actually one of the best times of my life. And it was one of the best times of my life because once again, I got that clarity that I pray that you could have. I got the clarity that I was doing what the Creator has put me on this earth to do. That question of who do you serve? I was reminded of that and I had to answer because I was doing it, so I was at peace. I knew my family would be okay. But no more important, I knew that my soul was okay. So I want you to think about who will you serve? I also want you to think about the price you will pay and what will you love into being. You know, I want to love into being a nation, a world that is the embodiment of equity. We say equity is just and fair inclusion into a society in which all can participate, prosper, and reach their full potential. And the key word there is all. And there is something quite magical about this community and so many folks out there in this nation, this world. And that is that there are so many of us who are not afraid to embrace the all. You know, I ask you to find those leaders, invest in their institutions, invest in their visions, invest in their dreams. The world needs that now more than ever. So I'm receiving this world with a heart that is full. It is full because I know who I serve. I know who I serve, and I know what I'm going to love into being. I'm going to love into being the promise of equity for everyone, so thank you.